Hello all and welcome back to High Ridge Farm with me, the Walrus. We are in our third year here on High Ridge Farm trying to complete perfection. Currently, one of the major tasks that I have is trying to get enough leeks for George. He needs 12. I need to have harvested and placed them in the fridge, and I believe that today that should be feasible to get that done. Because I have two patches of leeks that are growing. Two patches of spring forageables that are growing. And yes, it's not like the most organized layout, and I don't have that many paths and stuff, but you know, it's organized enough that it makes sense to me. And that's kind of the important thing, especially considering I have ADD. So if it makes sense to me, probably doesn't make sense to anyone else. It's something I will shamelessly joke about, but it's also probably very true. It's nice to see that my Junimos are actually harvesting things, because that's kind of cute, and I do like it when the Junimos get stuff done. Aren't they happy, bouncy critters? I feel really pleased with myself, because of course I'd never really used Junimos at any point in any of my previous playthroughs, which might seem a bit strange, really. It's just one of those things that I never bothered trying to deal with. I got to the point where I was like, I'm making money, cool, don't care. They're just Junimos, meh. Which, in essence, is really a bit stupid, because, yeah, there's a lot of cool options that are actually provided to you by actually using some of the stuff in the game. Who would have thunk it? But that's that one. Now, one of the things that I am painfully aware of I need to do is going to be dealing with Ginger Island, because, like a moron, I developed Ginger Island quite quickly on its farm area, because there's a lot of open land which unfortunately High Ridge Farm doesn't really possess, because being that it's the more mountainous side, it doesn't have the large areas of flat land that are going to be quite useful for large scale agricultural stuff. Yeah, no, I had a sensible thought there and just failed miserably. But the biggest issue really is that because I've maybe overdeveloped it very quickly, it means that the very useful artifact spots aren't spawning there, which then impacts my ability to find the final godforsaken snake vertebrae, which is something I desperately need, because once I've got that, I can then hatch an ostrich egg, which will then allow me to then generate more ostriches. And ostriches, I've never had one, so I don't really know what they do. I mean, I'm assuming they lay eggs like every other creature, like in that sort of vein, which that would be good. And if they do, fantastic, because that means I then have more money to muck about with. Well, not more money per se, but more opportunity to muck about with trying to get a greater income from whatever byproduct ostrich mayonnaise might be. But I need ostrich eggs to sell at least one as part of my completion. Now, of course, upgrading other areas of the farm, like these heavy tappers, that's going to take a little while to do, but it's going to be manageable. But that's going to be something else that needs to be organised here. Now, of course, I know that having areas like I do currently for crop growth and ensuring that I actually have a decent amount of crops constantly growing is going to be important, because again, I also need to try to get the achievement for shipping out at least 15 of every crop. I believe it's 15. It's either 15 or 25. I should double check that one. And thankfully, I can check the general shipping lists to see what have I actually shipped out. As I do have a horrible sneaking suspicion there's a couple of crops that I haven't really shipped out that many of, which, you know, it's a bit annoying. But I also do need to make sure I ship out everything, which, yeah, of course I can't really have done because I haven't shipped out an ostrich egg, and I don't think there's a special ostrich mayonnaise. I mean, there might be. Again, as I've mentioned previously, I'm trying to be a little bit more... I don't want to use the wiki. It's a major thing for me on this particular run is I'm kind of running on what do I remember? And yeah, I'm going to make a lot of dumb mistakes, but it has meant that I've done okay so far. One of the other main aims for this part of the year as well is to try to save up the 2 million that I need to purchase the return scepter. Being able to come back home to the farm with minimal fuss is a fantastically useful trick and something that I very much want to be dealing with. Because yeah, why would I not want to get back to the farm real easy with no effort? Especially when I'm out and about doing odd things, because, yeah, go on, I'm going to be doing a lot of weird and wonderful. That's literally how this game kind of works. The weird and wonderful is constant. Now, one of the things that I'm quite pleased to say is that I was recently recommended in another comment another game, which I'm kind of curious about. It's Paleo something. So I've had a quick look at it. I've seen that it looks like it might be quite interesting, and I'm kind of keen to get it. Shamelessly, I put it on my wish list on Steam, because what I tend to do is when I get paid, which is coming up soon, payday's not far off, then I will probably look into it, purchase it, and then maybe make a few videos to see what that one's a bit more like. Because, you know, why not? That'd be fun. And yeah, that's... I think quite a reasonable thing to do. One of the other games that I would like to do a few videos on is Luck Be a Landlord, because I think I could knock out a few of those quickly, as they're not a... I'm not saying that it's like a not involved game, but it's less time consuming. I think it's probably the easiest way of putting it with this game, or with that game at least. So yeah, I'm having a think. But ifs and buts, you know, it's how it goes. Okay, so let's just quickly portal ourselves back down to the other part of the farm, because I've got some lovely gubbins that needs dealing with. Look at that. So I've got all of these lovely crops that are going in to make wines. I think what I should really do is get rid of some of the wine sides of stuff almost, because some of it I don't really want to turn it into wine, because I've got star fruit and ancient fruit for that, and that's really my main focus, honestly. I'd much rather have that as a thing, but yeah, that's kind of what's going through my head at the moment. I do need to sort of tidy up a little bit around here, but at the moment I'm just waiting on the animals. Well, once the animals, I need to make sure that I can move the other barn. Shed, even, not barn. Sorry, once I move the other shed out of the way, then that'll allow me to move other things down here. I'm thinking maybe the other silos should live down here. You know, just tidy the farm up a bit, get them out of the way. You know, that sort of thing. Failing that, I mean, the other thing I could move could be the mill, because it's not used very often now that I've got quite a stock of rice, wheat, and, well, sugar. It's one of those items that, well, buildings, not really items, that's not as useful now to me, but I have a feeling that as soon as I remove it, I'll need it again, and that's literally just how this works, isn't it? But all the same, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, so I'm just going to sell these bits here, because again, I'm really aiming to try to make the 2 million to get that damn return scepter. But I also need to do the community upgrades. I need to make Pam a house, which I think costs just shy of $1 million. It's 950,000 if memory serves. So that's not going to be a cheap one, sadly. But, you know, once I've done that, that's good, I guess. And otherwise, well, it's a tough question. What next? But there are a lot of community general upgrades that need to be done. So I'm just going to quickly stash the last of these leeks here in the fridge for Evelyn to deal with. So she'll be happy that George now has the leeks. And it's kind of sweet how such a little thing can make somebody so happy. And it's a consideration that a lot of people I don't think people really make so much. Is there something very small that I can do to give someone a better day? Now, do I want aquatic copy of population of the famous omelette? I mean, I've done them both already. I think, really, the aquatic overpopulations are just a bit dull. Can't be bothered with that. I'm going to go with that famous omelette. It's probably going to be the more exciting, interesting one, hopefully. Also, it's not like it's going to be difficult. Yes, I have got rid of a lot of my chickens, however, so that's a theoretical hiccup. As weird as that's going to sound, it is a complication that I have created for myself in that regard. But hopefully it's not too much of a hassle. Okay. I guess because I've got mostly, really, I've got the dinosaurs and I've got what are they called? The void chickens. I've got a bunny. I do have a blue chicken and I have a brown chicken, but that's kind of all I've got in that front. Now, here on Ginger Island is where I get to cry, because it is going to... I'm going to harvest the last... I'm not going to replant stuff, but I think what I should probably do is, moving forward, throw things like pineapples, grapes, anything that's a constant harvest. I'm going to throw one of those into the seed maker. Because if I throw it in the seed maker, then, well, hopefully I'll end up with more seeds, enough that I can replace and replant what I'm putting in here, like what I'm hoiking out the ground. Because sadly, I'm going to have to, because I need, sadly, desperately, I mean, it hurts so bad that I'm having to say this, I need to get rid of these items. I need to clear the land because I need better access. I need more opportunity to get exactly what I need. And I'm just going to keep ranting about it, but I need more land available. And sadly, that is going to mean a unfortunate amount of wastage. And I'm disappointed that I have to waste this land. Well, waste the crops. But, you know, most of them have provided quite well for me so far over the years. Well, the year that I've had access to Ginger Farm, the Ginger Island Farm, extension of High Ridge. So, hey, I guess it's not the end of the world. It just sucks a bit. But it does also thankfully allow me to redistribute what I can place and where I want them. What I'm probably going to do is not going to have just like... Well, I probably will have a big chunk of pineapple plants because pineapples are good. They're quite valuable, generally speaking. They're a good crop to have. But what I think I'll end up doing is making sure that I've planned out what I could put down in the farm and where it's going to go. So I want to have more of the constant harvest items on Ginger Island. So having like the beans, the tomatoes, and tomatoes are a big one at the moment because if memory serves, the last time I checked the cooking stuff that I can do, a lot of them require tomatoes, annoyingly. So tomato is kind of a major one because I don't have any tomato plants in the house, which, to be fair, I probably should do. And one of the other tasks that I do have this week, because of course talking about replanting in Ginger Island has reminded me, is going to be reorganizing the shed, the most recent shed that I've purchased, because that one's going to be, well, it's not going to be a difficult thing to do. It's just reorganizing it so that it is designated as a decent crop growth room. It's going to function similarly, obviously, to the greenhouse in many regards. But what it will also do is it'll give me a convenient access to more land than the shed itself occupies. And I think that's a major component. And considering the crops that I'm going to be growing in there are ones that I don't really care about their quality, because they are going to be purely and totally and utterly only stuff that's going to be turned into wine. So it's going to be a starfruit room, like, in honesty, isn't it? Considering starfruit's the one that I grow predominantly to make wine out of. Ancient fruit, on the other hand, no, because I don't believe ancient fruit and rare seeds can be grown in them. I mean, yeah, I'll give it a go, because, hey, if I can, sorted, that'd be great. But we will see, as I don't believe that is, unfortunately, the case. But all the same, once I've organised that, that'll be great, because then I'll have a better quantity of crops being grown, and also kind of uses up that not so useful land for me, because the land above, well, where the stone can generate, yes, I have had that lovely bit of luck in that I have had iridium from it, but at the same way, it's just a mini version of the quarry. And considering that I don't really need any stone, not stone so much, but more, I don't really need any of the minerals. I have an abundance of them all. Only radioactive ore, but at the same time, I've deliberately got quite a lot of that lying around. I don't need to worry. So there's a lot that I can do. Now, Mr. Key's crop, I've never done that one, so I'm going to give it a go. So I need to find some key beans. I think that's the name of his, like, source material. And, well, once I've got some of those, I will... I'll plant a bunch, turn them into seeds again, and just try a constant replanting cycle. Yes, I think that as I go and do just general stuff, you will find the seeds, just as you do your adventuring, digging up stuff, fishing, that ilk. Now, one of the things that I definitely want to do as well is try to catch the damn legend, because it is a fish that escaped me last year. I obviously couldn't do it year one because I didn't really level up my fishing to level 10, which, yeah, that's quite a big ask for a single year. So I didn't do that. But I will endeavour to sort that nonsense out. I want to catch the legend. And I'm so sick and tired of him. He is going to sit in that fish tank in the top of the house all alone. Not even going to bother furnishing it. He doesn't deserve it. That's how angry I am with him. With its just fishy existence. It's just frustrating in every way that I've still not been able to catch the damn thing. Because, of course, it's very particular in that, of course, it needs to be raining. which is very annoying. And I believe it's that and then just one other fish that I need to catch. I don't know what that other fish is, though. And I think that's my main issue, is I can't remember what that final fish I need to catch is. And I really need to figure that out. So, that's going to be a thing. So, let's at least teleport back to the farm. I mean, it's nearly time to go to bed. I say nearly. It is time to go to bed. It's past midnight. Quickly dump some stuff in the chests, and then we're pretty much ready to go. Okay. So, just deposit things. Of course, the coffee manufacturing is still going strong. I've got only the 3 bushes in the house, and since I've got the 3 casks in the house as well, it's not casks, sorry, the fermenting, well, the coffee making barrel, which does seem strange, but you know, it's a thing. It's easy enough, but I wouldn't mind more. And I think perhaps some of the other... Maybe I could replace the hops with... Because I've got a lot of hops. And they do generate daily, which is actually quite nice. But at the same time, I don't really want to make IPAs. I'm never going to deny this. I just do not like IPA. It's not a flavour I'm enamoured with when it comes to beers and ales. I'd much rather have a nice dark porter, like a rich dark ale, or a ruby porter or something like that. None of this light nonsense. And in the same way, I've drunk a few sours of late. This is the joys of doing bar work, is you kind of try out a lot of weird. And yeah, we had a sour on tap and it wasn't nice. It was to the point where it tasted like it had gone off. But that was genuinely how it was supposed to taste. It was like, ugh. Why would you suffer like that? Why would you want to? As you see, like, I'm growing hops constantly. I've got the cactus fruit going. This little corner's nice now. I think I want to put the tomato plants up there. But another option is I could just put a bunch more of the... what are they called? I could put those... what are they called? Planters. There we go. I could put a planter in the greenhouse. Again, just giving me a bit more land for availability. And plant some plants in there that will constantly yield. Because that is a conveniently useful thing to do with it, I guess. And I think that's something that I need to I want to be aware of, is the continual yield of items. Depending on what they are and what their end goal is, do I need to water them regularly, or can I just put them in an area that is designated to have the constant, not the constant, the maintaining of water, so like the water retention fertilizer, because that is an incredibly useful general item. And it's what I've got on the planters in the top of the house. And actually quite a lot of the house now is planted with the water retention fertilizer. Because it's not a terrible thing to have. Yes, the quality of the crops isn't going to be great. I mean, it's only going to be like silver generally. Yeah, you might get a couple of golds, but it's unlikely. But the advantage is it's less work. And I am lazy. And if the crop's quality doesn't matter, like, for example, coffee, like the beans themselves, like, you don't get a better brew out of a gold bean, which is a shame. That would be something I would like to see. And obviously we've got the new update 1.6 coming soon enough. So, hey, maybe it's a possibility. It would be very cool if that was a thing. Because it's a subtle change. I'm hoping that I can get most of my perfection run, if not the perfection run, completed before the 1.6 drops. If not, it's not the end of the world. it just would be very nice to have it done for then. Because then, of course, I can just do, and this is what's new. And what is new and shiny. But all the same, that's a thing. Okay. Well, some more strawberries. And I feel bad, obviously, the Junos don't do work when it's raining. And considering I've made it rain, being that it is incredibly important for me to have very rainy days, because that's the only time I'm only ever going to see the blasted fish, the legend. So I do have a couple of bits of food that are going to improve my fishing skill, and I think that's very important, as of course I want to make sure that I have the best fishing skill capable so that I can suffer repeatedly and catch the blasted legend. He's only got a slim chance of being caught, and because I haven't got any curiosity lures, I've got a generally, unfortunately, a reduced chance of finding him, because yeah, you need a curiosity lure to really get him. So I'll live, I guess. It's frustrating, definitely, because I do want to catch him. I keep saying him. It's a fish. Indeterminate gender. I just want to catch the damn legend. And once it's caught, I'll be happy. Because then I don't have to worry. I can just put it away and ignore it. Put it in a fish tank, maybe just full of urchins or something, and then put the hats on the urchins because that's cute and you can do it and it's fun. But yeah, that's like a serious thing I need to sort out. I really want to make sure that everything gets done. And I want to have the legend. I want to make sure that I have access to all of the legendary fish. I still need to try to get that last fish. But the trouble is, I cannot, for the life of me, figure out what fish it is. And again, I don't want to play on the wiki front, so I'm trying to remember what fish it is and whether it's one that I can catch during the spring or the summer or whenever the hell it actually wants to turn up. What I am going to do is I am going to try fishing in most locations and just hope for the best. I think that's really all I can kind of hope for, is just fish. See what happens. You might find it. Because really, that is all I can do at this point. I've just got to be patient and hope for the best. Which I will freely admit sucks. But oh well, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Okay, so George, he's got lots of leeks, and it's nice that he's happy that, you know, we've done something for him. And yeah, it's one of those. It's nice to see his character development going from grumpy old cantankerous man to grumpy old cantankerous man who actually starts realizing that the world hasn't forgotten him. He's not ignored. He's just maybe not quite as in the forefront of everyone's mind, but he still has a family that cares for him deeply. And to be fair, the same could be said for Pam. I mean, I don't like her as a character, and I'm still not entirely sure why. I mean, I've speculated part of my why don't I like Pam, but I don't mind Shane sort of logic, because of course they are very similar characters in that they are both alcoholics and they have issues. But we'll see. We'll see. Right. So we're going to smash open these golden coconuts and treasure troves. And I mean, we've got a treasure chest, which is nice. I mean, that's a good old stack of cash, but it's not what I'm after. Oh, key beans, that's good. Because Because I want the golden mask from that thing. Again, that's another thing I need to do. Go to the desert and kind of hope for the best in that one. Once I've gone to the desert, yeah, that'll be great. Because then I'll be well situated and well on my way to trying to get the mask. As soon as I do get it, though, then, yeah, everything's fantastic. Because that'll be the collection complete. And it's that annoying bit where I've got a couple of items that I just want to get, and I still just cannot, for the life of me, get them. And it's very annoying. But one manages, and we will keep on trying, at least. And, you know, it might happen. We might get it. It might be great. And then everything will be sorted. And then I just need to get that damn vertebrae. And that'll make me happy. Once I've got the vertebrae, then I'm pretty much sorted, really. It would be nice to get it sooner rather than later, because again, I want to hatch that ostrich egg. And I know from what my assumption is that they're going to take quite a long time to hatch. I mean, the dinosaur egg is already quite long. So, how long is it going to take? I think that's a reasonable question. Right, okay, well, let's pop on over to the mines. Because this is where we can start fishing for the legend. It's raining. We want to fish over to that log. And we may catch it. I mean, I'm not expecting to. It'd just be really nice if we can. Because I just want to get it done, please. And then there's only one more fish to catch, which, you know, that's pretty good. I feel that's a bit of an achievement. Because then there's just one more to go. Okay, so we've got a treasure chest, and this is probably a carp. I mean, it usually is a carp, to be fair, along here. It's never usually anything super exciting, is it? But, hey. Whatever we catch, it's going to get sold. Unless it's the legend. And that is going into the fish tank. Where it will live for the rest of its life. Full of me being grumpy. Maybe I wonder what other things you can put in them. I think you can put lobster in them. Or maybe. Maybe lobster in the tank. I wonder if that actually looks any interesting. Because that'd be kind of cute. Because I know like the cockles and like the shellfish. Like the not the shellfish. I don't think that's the right term for it. Is it the bivalves and such? They can definitely go in there. And things like the urchin, which I mean, if it's washed up, it's probably not exactly alive, is it? But you know, they can go on them. So let's have a look and see at least. Okay, so still nothing. I mean, okay, still nothing. I mean, it is very tedious. Ugh, lummy daisy. The thing is, I genuinely do say, like, I do like the fishing minigame, but it is antagonizing me somewhat. So it'd be nice to catch the legend, please. Well, I mean, maybe somebody's got like a ridiculous bit of insight and knows exactly how one catches it. Because unfortunately, though, I'm just sort of imagining the sorts of like weird rumors that I remember hearing as a kid about catching Mew or something like that, where it's like, oh yeah, no, you have to push A, B. Oh, come here, stay on the line, you. Please. Oh my goodness, you are so erratic. You annoy me. No. No, please stay on the line. Please stay on the line. Ah, oh, you swine. Okay, well, I hooked it. I just didn't catch it. I will catch you. Just you wait. It'll happen. Well, I hope it'll happen, because that's kind of the main aim of this point here. Ugh. Right, well, let's see if I can try and hook him again. But, hey, I got him, so I know it can be done around here. So that's good, at least. I've got that going for me. Whether I get him is a different question, really, unfortunately. But, yeah. Let me see, what else do I need to do? Well, it's still going to be more fishing. Come on. Get here. Get on the line. Stay on the line. Get caught. And stay caught. That is entirely what I am after. Nope. Damn it. So frustrating. I think the glacier fish didn't cause me this much trouble. And I remember reading somebody saying on one of the Reddits, say, like, oh yeah, they found the glacier fish harder to catch than the legend, and maybe I could believe it, because who knows? The game itself does have its weird foibles, but that erratic behaviour is very annoying. Made it very difficult to do. Well, at least we're going to we're getting a lot of treasure chests on these. Like, maybe are they? I wonder if they're directly related to my fishing skill on this one. Because, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not upset. It's nice to get treasure chests because they're useful for weird and wonderful. You might get something really good. I mean, you could also get something absolutely terrible. But for me at the moment, it's actually getting the Mr. Key dooberies. The beans. Because key beans for the win. But, as you can tell, I'm getting a little bit sick and tired of this. That being said, I'm going to suffer and try to catch the damn thing. That is going to be a major concern. So, as you can tell, see, I've jumped a few hours in game. I did not move from this spot. I have been trying to catch the damn legend from this very spot. I hooked him another once, but as you can tell by the fact that I'm still fishing, I did not catch him. Ugh. So frustrating. I think what I will do is I'm going to call it pretty soon because we're coming up to 11 o'clock. The thing is as well, like, I didn't realize that the efficiency buff on my fishing rod actually means that it doesn't use any stamina to use, which is great. But yeah, I'm going to head on back home now because, yes, it's 11 o'clock. We've got a bunch of fish to sell. I mean, there's not much else I can do with them, is there? But I think using the mine is the easiest way to get there. Don't do that. Okay. Righty, so we're back at the farm. I'm just going to distribute all of my, I almost want to say ill-gotten gains, but, you know, all of my goodies, they're going to get distributed evenly and carefully. I'm going to slap some of these key beans in to grow, I think. That's going to be sensible because, again, I need to do that. And it's going to take a few days. Like, they normally grow in 4, but using the high-speed growth fertilizer, I can drop that down to 3. And that's really what I'm going to continue trying to play with, is the 3-day growth cycle for them. Because that way, I can worry about it less, really. Okay, so let's just check the gubbins. Okay. Well, once I slap these in, I think that'll be pretty much video over. So what I will do is I'll start my lovely bidding you all a fond farewell. Hopefully you have enjoyed watching me do mad Stardew Valley nonsense again. Again, I'm always happy to respond to any comments. I say always happy. I always try to. And so if you've got any ideas or things you'd like to see me do, see me play, I will definitely give it a go. Because I think that's good fun. But please do like, share and subscribe because that is great for the algorithm for me. I love it when people talk about it as if it's like a cursed, weird artifact. Like, but the algorithm essentially just means that more people will be likely to see what I do. And I know it's a little bit selfish to be like, please do it. But at the same time, I make this channel and I want it to be seen by as many people as possible, because I think that's kind of the aim, isn't it? But anyway, I will bid you all a fond farewell. Thank you again for watching, and hopefully I will catch you all again the next time the Walrus plays Stardew Valley.